Way back in 1998, I walked into this video game store and saw this game that I'd never heard of that looked pretty cool called GRAN TURISMO for the PlayStation. So I bought it, not realizing that it would become one of my favorite video game franchises of all time, and 25 years later, I'd be enjoying it more than ever. This is Gran Turismo 7, being played here on the PlayStation 5. You can also get this for the PlayStation 4, it's excellent, but the PS5 version of Gran Turismo 7 is just incredible. Everyone who worked on this game deserves a round of applause. That's for you. Except somehow you managed to forget the El Camino. But, the developers seem to be adding cars monthly, so there's still time for the El Camino, AMC, Eagle, and we're also going to need Knight Rider and the A-Team van to really round it out. I'll also accept Airwolf. Where to get started with this one? For a few years there, it looked like maybe the Gran Turismo series had lost its way, and some other racing game franchises started to gain traction, like Hyper Chase on the Vectrex and Turbo on the ColecoVision. Also Night Driver on the Atari 2600. But hey, good news, Gran Turismo fans. It's back. GT7 comes out swinging. This is the best Gran Turismo in years. It just feels right. Like the magic is back. The Gran Turismo series has always been obsessed with cars, like every detail and little bit of minutia about cars, but sometimes it can feel pretentious. And some of that stuff gets in the way of the driving. This time around, they figured out how to make the perfect balance between car obsession and driving fun. You can tailor the gameplay to your style, you can make it more arcadey or more sim-like or anything in between. Obviously it looks great, there's a lot of cars, and they keep adding new ones without nickel and diming customers. EA, take some notes. You can put silly paint jobs on your cars. I went Kyosho Raider here again. You can also tune them and put big mufflers and wings on them and all that stuff. And the game makes you work for credits. It's not quite as hard as like the first game where you had to drive that Civic for 3 days straight until you could finally upgrade to like an NSX or something, but you don't just get all the cars all at once. I mean, I think you can pay for credits, but why would you do that? I'll show you a trick. For those of you who are just diving into the game and you're like, I want to get some of the really cool cars quickly. Well, I figured something out for you. I'll show you that in a moment here, but let's admire the graphics first, because damn, this looks better than real life. Real life sucks compared to Gran Turismo. I mean, I don't have one Lamborghini in real life. In this game, I've got like 7 of them. One for every day of the week, except no El Camino. Yeah, I'm looking at you developers. I mean, I want to win races while also hauling alligators and cases of beer in the back, thanks. Now, seriously though, I do have one criticism about Gran Turismo 7. They forgot to include the Snoop Dogg song from GT3 that name drops Apricot Hill. How can I drive without hearing Snoop rap about tunnels and trees? Come on! That's all I got, though. That's it. Otherwise, it's perfect. I mean, it could use more El Camino, but, you know, so could everything. Cars in tunnels just sound great. The production value is off the charts here. Not only does it look good, it sounds incredible. It's like the best sounding game since Yar's Revenge. And it's fun. Like I said, it's fun. I love that after a while, I discover my favorite cars. I love the electric Porsche. It sounds like a spaceship, and it's kind of hard to drive, but it accelerates faster than the speed of light, which I don't think is actually possible, but they found a way. And I like the F40. There's a nice variety of races, and some of the races are really tough because the game makes you pay attention to your fuel and your tires, and you have to go through pit stops and use some strategy. Each of the cars is a little different, so you can't just pick the fastest car and win the races. Well, at least not all the races. But the pit stop thing is really cool. But I'm just pleased with the variety of races and, you know, pretty much everything else. Could use more El Camino. Did I say that? I think I did. I'll say it again. Some of the classic tracks return. Got some Grand Valley here for you. Where's Grindelwald? Come on. No Monaco yet, or El Capitan. Maybe they'll add those later. They're also adding tracks, which just kind of show up in your downloads. The course selection is really nice. Plenty of tracks to choose from in addition to loads and loads. And I don't even know how many cars are in the game. There's a lot. Well, let's talk about how you earn some easy credits. Now, there's like light damage in Gran Turismo 7. Like you can crash into things and not explode. Some of the races will give you a little bit of damage. But for the most part, you can drive your car into a wall at 300 miles per hour and walk away. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to go to Tokyo Expressway, and we're going to enter this event, which will give you 500,000 credits if you win. And this only takes like a half hour. You're going to need a fast car. It doesn't need to handle well, so I recommend the Corvette. Just something with a high top speed. And we're going to use the barriers to our advantage and the slight lack of realism here. Now, don't try this in real life. And you actually can't win the races in the game like this, or at least not most of them. The majority of tracks, if you slide off the track, you sort of go off into the grass and the dirt and spin out, and then you're screwed. But here... But here, we're just gonna grind up against the walls and never touch the brakes. Yes, it's cheating, but this is a good way to get some easy credits. And then you can buy all the cars you want and modify them and just have fun. Now, there's a large variety of races, and obviously there's online multiplayer. But for me, what makes it fun is just collecting cars, discovering what my favorite cars are, and then just driving. I just like the driving. Making this review is fun. I should make a few more of these. Maybe Gran Turismo 7 deserves like the infinite review like Truxton 2. Maybe next time we'll take a look at my car collection, and my Testarossa, and my Countach, and anything and everything that belongs in Miami Vice. It's Gran Turismo 7.